Hello everyone, I'm Yona Paley and I believe genealogy is fun. And sometimes it can be fun to tempt fate. What better way to tempt fate than to pick one lucky immigrant for us to profile? I'm talking of course about Immigrant of the Day, the series where I pick one Ellis Island immigrant so that we can profile them and learn about their family, where they came from, and what happened to them after coming to America. The random date generator chose April 2nd, 1903, and the letter generator wants an immigrant with the initials A and E. So let's find out who this mysterious person will be. But before we begin, I have something really cool to tell you, which is that if you demolish the like button and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, it will help me out tremendously. So thank you so much for doing that, and let's begin. 14 names met the criteria outlined above, and so I tempted fate one last time and used Google's random number generator to narrow that down to number 10. That being, of course, 22-year-old Anna Ersson from Sweden. As we can see, Anna did not sail alone. She was accompanied by her parents, Hans and Kirsten, and her younger sister, also named Kirsten. The manifest references her older brother, Eric Hansen Len, who at the time was living in Minnesota, and that was where the family was headed. Thanks to some documents of Eric's, I was able to trace the family back to the small village of Lenasen in the Boda parish of Dalarna County, Sweden. Hans Hjort Ersson, or Eriksson, and Kirsten Jonsdatter had at least 5 children. Eric, Hans, Britta, Anna, and Kirsten, plus a handful of stillbirths and infant deaths. Thanks to many of the vital records being indexed on Ancestry, I was able to trace the family back to Anna's great-grandparents, Daniel Ersson and Kirsten Anderser. Upon coming to America, most of them went under the surname Eriksson, and the family history can actually be read about on the Find a Grave page for Hans. In short, they eventually settled in Cass Lake, Minnesota, and the family led a life on the homestead. Anna shows up in the 1905 Minnesota State Census, but sadly, this is the last we will ever see of her, because by the time of the 1910 U.S. Federal Census, Kirsten is listed as having only 3 living children, which we know to be Eric, who moved to California, Britta, who married Andrew Olson and remained in Minnesota, and Kirsten, who married Oscar Lindstrom but died 3 years later in 1913. Even though only 2 of Anna's siblings had children, they had a combined total of 15, because Eric had 10 and his sister had 5. Even though Anna's life was sadly cut short in her 20s, there are still a number of people in this family who remain alive today. As we can see, the life expectancy was very short back then, and given the fact that the family lived on a homestead, I can't imagine that life was particularly easy with all the diseases and hard work that went along with such a lifestyle. So there you go, that's the life of an American immigrant, Anna Ersson, and sometimes you get a really happy, cool story, sometimes it's a sad story, and in this case, it's definitely on the sadder side because she died just a few short years after arriving to America. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, be sure to follow me on social media. I've included links down below to both my Instagram and my Twitter. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.